Welcome to the second episode of the Tron Introductory Series. This is your crypto captive. First things first, I'd like to state that I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Today is September 26, 2021. Today I will be discussing resources on Tron that will include bandwidth, energy, freezing, and voting, and a little bit on the Tron token as well. So I'm going to hop over to my computer because it would be a lot easier for me to explain this while having the Tron Lake browser open.
Hello and welcome. So the tools I'm going to be using today are Just Money Exchange, the Tron Scan website, and the Tron Link browser extension. Tron Link is my preferred wallet currently. So this is my Tron Link profile. You'll see that I have 1500 bandwidth, and that's the current starting free bandwidth per account. So when you go to create a wallet, it costs 0.1 TRX, and it'll burn that on the first transaction sent to that wallet. And once that account is made, you will get 1500 bandwidth. This used to be 5000. They just changed it recently to 1500, and there's chances in the future that they'll change it more. The reason they're changing it is to try and prevent as many scam tokens from being sent. Everything that you're going to do on the Tron network is going to cost you bandwidth. That can range from sending TRX, TRC10, running contracts, sending TRC20, etc., etc., etc. Now, you'll see that I also have energy, 0 of 0. It's at 0 because I haven't frozen any TRX to gain energy. This will be used for any TRC20 token transfer or any smart contracts that you do on the blockchain. It's running off of the Tron virtual machine. Any resources that you don't have, TRX will be burned instead. So it's best to try to have these resources to save as much as you can of your resources, right? Currently, if you go on Tron Scan, you can scroll through and see the parameters of the blockchain and what's been voted for. If you look, count creation is 0.1 TRX. The bandwidth is 0.001 per bandwidth, and I will show you how you can see how much bandwidth you're going to use per transaction. The energy is 0.00014, but this resource is actually going to be the most expensive resource you use on the blockchain. So if you go to your Tron Link browser extension, so you see I have 5,500 bandwidth. I can actually send some of my TRX to my other account here. I guess I should do it like this, right? And I'll just send 1,000 TRX, and it says fee 0 TRX, but you go to send and it tells you that it estimates I'll use 267 bandwidth, and I can sign that. It says signed, and then you can look into your balance. You'll see that 1,000 Tron was sent to me, and the energy was about 267. So this is the Just Money Exchange, and I'm going to show you how you can see what resources you're going to use. You'll connect your wallet to this exchange. You would say swap 1,000 TRX for this much Just Money. It'll tell you your price impact, how much you're paying as a fee, and what route it's taking. And you'll click swap, and it'll give you this pop-up. And this will tell you all the things that you're doing through this contract. And because it is a contract, you're using energy and bandwidth. Whenever it's a smart contract, you're going to be using energy. It's 200,000 or 193,000 energy and 705 bandwidth. That's why energy is more expensive, is the contract itself is a lot heavier than the transaction. So when I go to sign this, it says funds are on the way, right? And then I would come into here and wait for the funds to be on the way. There you go. Funds are there, right? And I use the energy resources. So you might be wondering how you get these resources then, because, you know, the other wallet had started at 0. Why does this one have so many? If you go and you push the stake in your browser extension, and on the mobile version it says freeze, and you can freeze right to the mobile version, you can click obtain here, and then it says Tron power and bandwidth. Tron power is your voting power when you vote for super representatives, and bandwidth is the standard transaction resource. Or you can choose energy. You'd put you want to freeze 1,000 for this account. The recipient address will receive whatever energy it says here. Of course, 1,000 doesn't get you that much energy and wouldn't do the other transaction. So I would have to have about 10,000 to do one of those transactions per day. All right. And then you would put 100. I'm going to do bandwidth. It says I get 149. I confirm that I want to stake for at least 72 hours. And when you stake for 72 hours, you can't unfreeze it until 72 hours has been done per freeze on the account. So just be aware that once you freeze, you have to wait at least 3 days before you can take it out. All right, and then you push stake. It asks if I authorize this transaction to gain these resources and this Tron power, and I press sign. Tron power is what you use to vote. So I froze. Now I want to vote with those resources, and you get a percentage of the yield by voting. So see how it says voting sharing ratio? If I go, I want to vote for JD Investments. Right, voting. I want to vote for JD Investments. I could put that I want to put 100 votes into JD Investments, and it'll give me 6.35 annual returns. And it gives me the ability to decide who I want to be representing this blockchain, right? The top 27 representatives will be voting on things in the blockchain. Okay? Would you like to sign for your vote? And as you see, costs 300. Boom. And I have now voted. If you go up here in your Tron scan and click on this, it'll go to your account, and you can see that you can withdraw those rewards that you get for voting. And so I click withdraw, and it says, do you want to claim your reward? I sign. Any transactions you can do, you can go back and look at them and look at what resources you spent, and if you don't have the resources in your wallet, it will burn TRX and it'll tell you what it consumed it for. So you can go to the data and it'll tell you if it had to burn for those resources. I know this has been a hard, long video. Thank you for trying to stick through. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much.